Do you guys know any? Is there a certain button you have to press for the VOD to save on the Twitch, or is it just automatically do that?
There is an
Mine,
option.
mine saves automatically. As soon as I click on start streaming and stop streaming, it saves everything within that allotted time for me. Apparently, it doesn't do it for David, so I don't know.
But there's an option you told me about as well.
All right. And is David's audio loud enough? Like, does his
Go ahead.
volume does
Go
his
ahead and talk,
volume
David.
level match mine?
Yep.
Go ahead and talk, David.
How's that?
You're
Like
quieter
this?
than.
I can fix that as well by just upping him here. Let me put him at max. Say another sentence, David.
Okay, how's that?
You're still quiet.
Granted, he is quiet, but don't forget that it's only going to be them two, and they're not going to talk over each other.
Yeah, as long as it's close, it's fine. I actually have an easy fix for that as well. Say once more, David.
Once more?
How is that, Tim?
Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, let's go.
perfect.
Don't forget also when the series ends. Don't forget to tell everybody whoever the winner of this series plays.
Yeah.
They play 5:30 Phil if whoever wins this.
All right.
I'm moving you guys. Alright, and now we proceed forward with the game between Thelonebanana in place for Riley, faced against Grindhouse being met.
All right. We have Thelonebanana playing the Empire with Grindhouse counterpicking with Dwarves on Blue Reach River. Very artillery-focused map, wide open space with some tree lines around the sides for cavalry or other kinds of flanks.
MP Blue Reach being a decently common map. It's a large, if not huge, map, so it's a little different for the map pool. Definitely gives a lot of opportunity for catapult gameplay, or any artillery gameplay at that. And with the even footing in terms of the landscape, it opens up a wide variety of plays that can be done with organ guns, gunners, and anything of the sort that need a straight line of sight.
Yeah, absolutely. Both artillery factions here. Dwarves with their cannons and their organ guns and their grudge throwers, and Empire with their hellstorms and also cannons. Although, granted, I was just going to say, I don't think that Grindhouse is necessarily going to be bringing such a traditional build. He's a very non-traditional drafter.
And I take it you know that from experience?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that I've played probably with him more than anyone else. So I think this should be a good series, definitely, especially if he plays some of his less orthodox builds.
And his opponent being Thelonebanana, Tim as we like to call him. He's playing his main faction, the Empire, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. It should be his best performance given it's his primary faction of choice. And being Thelonebanana, we do highly expect a lot of artillery, which in the Grindhouse Matt might not be quite expecting, although it is an Empire faction, albeit.
Oh yeah, definitely. As the dwarves, one thing fighting the Empire you have to be aware of are the Hellstorm rockets. They're like the perfect weapon against the dwarves.
What is the dwarf's best range component? Is it the catapult at like 420 something range?
440 for both the cannon and the grudge thrower, but we got a desync here in the game. It looks like.
Desync somewhere. We'll remake the lobby real fast.
Doesn't look like the game dropped though.
Yeah, it won't look like it dropped, but just be safe. Let's rehost it real fast.
Okay.
Um, I'll go ahead and let both teams know. I'll pull them in here.
Sure.
Moving my units and everything too. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so quick desync. Let's remake the lobby. Whoever is host, remake it one more time, and then let's just run the same rosters.
All right. So we should definitely try this. Me or Matt is gonna host, and then we're gonna
Yeah.
add spectators.
That would probably be easier.
Yeah, the host is spectator. Beta doesn't seem to be so worked out.
Don't want to fuck with it when I was doing the stream. So yeah, both of us have to do the exact same armies displayed.
Yep.
So
Alright, and then as soon as both me and David get back in the lobby, we'll move you guys back.
all right.
And then both of you ready up as soon as you're ready.
I hosted it as 1v1 DDDDDD.
Okay. What's the password? 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Alright. It's just me and you now, and you're in the spectator slot, right?
I am.
Alright.
Let me know when it's up.
Yeah, we're loading. And they're in their own. So now we do have little pixies at the Empire. Tim bringing a mild artillery approach in his mind, in his gameplay. Only 2 cannons as opposed to any of the other liberal amounts of artillery he usually likes to bring.
Yeah, but honestly, I've played with him a lot recently on his Empire, and although he does love his artillery, I've seen him really show affection for Outriders and Pistoliers and the really more mobile components of the Empire that make them such a versatile harasser.
I have yet to be, I guess, I have not been audience to any of Tim's latest Empire gameplay, but I know that his love for artillery means that he knows how to use it. And if the Grindhouse Matt isn't ready for it, then he might have to be on the approach. But being him as dwarves against the Empire, he should be capable of taking the range advantage, the range initiative, as it were.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't get too good a look at his army when we were loading in before, but I did see Rune Lord along with a Rune Smith and a Go Trick.
Go check on top of both those lures. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I didn't see what spells he brought, but I bet you anything he's taking Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin as well as the regular variant. Um,
And we can see them now.
yeah, we have Master Rune of Negation and Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, and then
So,
regular Rune of Negation and regular Rune of Wrath and Ruin. Yeah.
a little different. So we're looking at Runesmith, double runes. So Rune Lord, Rune Smith on top of Felix.
Oh yeah, look at that artillery line from the dwarves. We have a cannon, and a cannon. Against Tim's itty bitty 2 cannons. I think the dwarf cannons have this.
Yeah, Dwarf cannons definitely have a beat. I'm almost certain the guns are more durable, and obviously the crews are not going to waver as quickly. So, although Tim has 10 range on his opponent, I don't think that's going to match up at all with the durability of the dwarf's artillery line. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Double Thunderers looking up against... Well, we gotta look at this in a larger scope then. So, aside from the 3 cannons on the dwarf end, we're looking at a couple of expensive Lord plus heroes, Double Thunders, quite a few miners. Any blasting charges on them? Looking
Yeah,
at
oh
three,
yeah.
four miners
Plen-
blasting charges.
Plenty of charges to go into that Empire infantry when they finally get up there. That will make it so they last half as long as they normally do, and they're Empire State troops, so they're not going to last long as it is. And the Thunderers to back it up with Dwarf Warriors. This is a very strong defensive build, but um, I don't know. It depends how Tim uses his range units. I think especially uh, we got over here as the Empire. Outriders, Swordsmen, Great Swords, Big Infantry Corps, Jade Wizard, Carl Franz the Man, and some Empire Knights and Outriders with grenade launchers.
Alright, just out the draft, I'm a little bit more confident with Matt the Grindhouse. Now, we're looking at quite a few Dwarf Warriors, Miners, Blasting Charges, Thunders, Cannons, and Lords. Now, it seems pretty standard, albeit maybe the hero picks are a little different, a little unexpected. On the Empire side of things, that's a lot of infantry, honestly. And a bit of a dedication to infantry with the Greatswords picks against dwarves. Double Greatswords at that.
Yeah, definitely. We also have Flagellants as well. Certainly some units without shields going up against the Dwarven Thunderers, although I don't know if they'll ever even make it that far because these miners with blasting charges wouldn't care if they had shields or not.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm almost certain Tim's going to take advantage of his range and try and pull a defensive game here. Make the dwarf player come to him. I'm certain
Definitely.
it only lasts so long up to the dwarven artillery line, but it's always going to try to take advantage of. Now, we're looking at 2 Outriders, which should be very good. If he can get them behind, harassing the sides, in any sense, getting those Thunders and Cannons offline would be very important. Maybe Felix as a secondary target.
Yeah, Felix, honestly, he does give regeneration and he's a pretty powerful melee combatant, but he is a sissy little girl in melee. He is such a good gooning target. He has basically no defenses. He does have 55 melee defense, but honestly, I always see him drop like a rock if someone really big and brutish like Carl Franz jumps on them.
And into the action already, a cannon down. This great cannon line's already about to waver en route. And a bit more here. Another cannon goes down. They're barely hanging in there, and they begin the rout. And on the other end, he only managed to get a few shots off. Not even a cannon down, your crew barely injured.
Yeah, like that cannon shot right there. I was looking all the way in there, and the cannon just took the brunt of it. The dwarf cannons are so much more durable than most other artillery in the game. It's actually ridiculous how good they are at trading.
Yeah, Tim Thelonebanana is going to have to come up with a bit. Obviously, as we can see, his unit formation's moving forward. He's looking to get a surround going, and he's having to close that distance out of his artillery games. Oh, the second artillery piece is already starting to waver.
Yeah.
The
I don't
original
even know
piece
if
coming
this-
back, but only one cannon remaining.
Yeah, I don't even know if these cannons are necessarily the good target for the Empire player here. Seeing as cannons obviously beat great cannons, maybe it would have been a little more cost and time effective to target some of the trouble infantry.
Oh, no doubt, and he wouldn't have come into equal lines, equal range with the enemy artillery if he didn't try and contest it. It would have been a simple trade if he chose, say, the Dwarf Warriors, maybe the Thunderers. Outriders training with Thunder is not exactly where we want to be, not up front, but if they can get a good trade here, maybe their opponents are shielded.
Outriders get a little bit torn up by the Thunderers, just like you mentioned here, and he's choosing to stay and fight.
Oh, just getting ripped up by the Thunders. This is definitely not the engagement he wants. Those Thunders love the primary engagement. These Outriders need to move to the flank and get out of there. An Empire infantry line moving up on the left flank in a line formation right now. Against miners, they can get maybe even trades out of this, but dual swordsmen, flagellants, this isn't honestly a winning engagement. Carl Franz taking a safe approach in through the tree line, looking for an engagement, but he needs to get in there now, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. But there's a lot of really good defensive micro work going on from Grindhouse here with this super wide dwarf formation. and making it really hard to approach from any. There's no such thing as a safe side to this box. And even with the Empire Knights coming around the back here, quick response with Slayers and Dwarf Warriors. I don't know if Tim can find the avenue he needs to break the box.
Some grenades being dumped on the dwarf line. I'm a little bit more worried about his swordsman getting caught in friendly fire.
Oh, here we got Empire Knights in the back, making a straight shot at these cannons, not defended. Oh, he snuck around. The Dwarf Warriors got kited out of position. That was great micro
Completely
on the
outrunning
Empire
the
player side.
Slayers.
Oh, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin, taking them down a peg. Looks like these Slayers might catch up to them before it runs out, but I don't know for how long.
Coming on both sides. He's got to get out of there.
Oh, with Slayers coming in and everything. Carl Franz also making his move on those Thunderers. And the other cannon as well.
The Thunders, I think, is a very good engagement with Carl Franz. If he just pulls out the engagement forward, I think he can make some good picks otherwise. He's choosing to engage the Rune Lord, which honestly in the 1v1 shouldn't be that bad for Franz at all.
Oh,
Franklin's
he's getting
Flame's
out of
been
there.
Pocked. The Rune Lord's Master Rune Negation has been procced, giving his nearby miners and Dwarf Warriors 44% magic resist. It's gone down now. Felix meeting the Greatsword charge. He should be able to clean this up fine.
Rune Lord getting under fire by these handgunners and the grenade launchers and the Outriders. They're all focusing down this Rune Lord.
Combination fire, it's definitely not a bad idea to focus down Rune Lord.
Well, grenade launchers are now targeting miners, so good, definitely. I would say maybe Slayers might be a good idea as well. Even though they don't really have a tight formation, they don't have any armor, so that pure damage from the grenades will do a lot of damage to them.
These Outriders are looking about to be spent on their ammo. Grenade launchers don't have a whole lot more. I see that the Empire artillery line's all but out. The left flank of Empire infantry has made a wide flank and is pushing on what would be the last piece of artillery. Or I guess the whole line of artillery here.
Oh, Grindhouse is moving up defenses to the cannons. He will get there before the Flagellants, the Tattersouls, definitely, I would say. Carl Franz in the back, picking off those Thunderers once again. If he honestly could get a gooning attempt on this Lord, I feel like the Empire could be easily back into this, no problem. But he does have to watch out for the regular version of Wrath and Ruin. Unless... No, the Master was just popped, so the regular, I believe, is still being held for Franz's possible engagement with some Slayers nearby. That could be bad for Franz if he goes for that gooning, but it might be risky to take.
A squad of Outriders out of ammo takes a desperate charge against the miners and dwarves together. Taking hits, taking losses, and it's instantly routed.
Oh, and Franz did go in on the Rune Lord. He got a big hit in, but he did take the Rune of Wrath and Ruin, but he is not being punished by it, so it's not going to do much. This Rune Lord is getting annihilated by Franz. He's being pushed off the battlefield, might even die here.
The engagement Carl Franz wants. If he can just push him off and finish him, be a definite gain. Bounce power looks almost even. Still some ammo left on the Outriders with Outriders with handguns.
These miners with blasting charges in the back. The Empire's flanking forces taking the brunt of these explosives.
Carl Franz so close to finishing off the Rune Lord. Franz taking some great cannon fire.
Oh, and some Thunderers. That's bad for him.
Only a single great cannon left online. These swordsmen on the flank are getting ripped up by blasting charge miners.
Oh, the Jade Wizard did not bring regrowth, by the way.
I just noticed that one as well. Only Earthblood, and he has not been taking advantage of that Earthblood heals on infantry.
Or the Life Bloom.
An overcasted Earthblood being cast on Franz, in fact. I think this is a misdraft on Thelonebanana's part.
Perhaps. Rune Lord deflecting these hits from Karl Franz is probably very frustrating right now. Rune Lord's getting pretty lucky on these defensive rolls, but Franz, if he makes contact, another miss.
I think it should be a clean finish. The Thunders are right there for the cleanup as well. Actually have Outriders pushing in for a melee charge to finish him off.
And the Rune Lord dies. Okay, if Tim gets some terror routes in on this Dwarven line, especially the Thunderers and Cannons, and just flies around the Slayers, he could kite them for a very long while while range units gun them down. This could be winnable. And unfortunately, in the middle here, we don't actually have a lot of the Sons of Sigmar left. Most of the Empire infantry have died, and even their cavalry are few and far between. Karl Franz himself does not have very much health, especially getting hit with that Wrath of Ruin. And
he's
this
in a pile of Slayers, slowed, taking Thunder shots. This could spell the end of Karl Franz right here. Felix closing the distance, Runesmith closing the distance. These Slayers are getting some mean hits in right now. He's got to get out of there. He's
Karl Franz's speed is back up. He will be getting away, and he will probably even come back, but he is in a sorry position right now with very little healing options.
The Jade Wizard even being surrounded right now by miners shouldn't be too much of a problem. There's some ammo left, but with just how many Slayers? Felix still up, gonna get this Runesmith and keep the Runesmith at max health. And just with the rest of the Dwarven melee contingent, I don't know if Franz can finish this.
No, with those Thunders still focusing him down, like all game, he's been in the middle here for the past several minutes. Another Earthblood coming in, but I don't think that it's going to give him the numbers he needs to overcome these odds.
These Outriders looking for a flank on these Shielded Dwarf Warriors. Good position for him to be. If he can free up his Tattered Souls, maybe, just maybe, they can get some plays on the Slayers. Slayers looking to counter that. Outriders looking to evade. Franz going in on Slayers.
Yeah, at this point, with that Wrath of Ruin. Oh.
Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin.
No, just regular.
Lost. Oh, just regular.
Yeah.
Oh, 25 speed, outran by the Slayers.
Yeah, over the duration of that slow, we lost about 300 health from those Slayers. That was pretty significant, I would say. I think he's going to get away, but again, I feel like it's just, what's the point? What does the Empire have left exactly that can overcome 600 dwarves?
Really, though, like Franz plus 100, or call it 230 extra, minus, I don't know, half that. Their leadership's going down. Thunder, his handgunners have little to no ammo left. Jade Wizard is still up, but the Tattered Souls are down to 13 models. Swordsman permanently offline. And Great Swords. I don't know if Franz can pull this off.
Definitely.
It's looking big game, actually. Franz's leadership is dropping like a rock.
Especially if, to be honest, even if Franz were to instantly annihilate every dwarf here except for the Slayers, he'd still have to go and fight the Slayers at the end, and I don't think that's a fight that he can even win. At this point, it looks like fighting a battle from behind, but definitely so far Franz has done damage. He gooned out the Lord as well as some Thunderers.
Some swordsmen looking to come back, but execute Order 66, as it were. Our great Jedi Karl Franz is about to lose it. Like you said, there's no way he's going to be able to take out the rest of the Slayers, as they are unbreakable. Franz taking a final last stand with the 4 remaining Tattered Souls models and Jade Wizard.
Yeah, dwarves, as Riley would put it, they just never, ever go away.
A very efficient infantry faction, as he would put it. Runners looking to make the most of what they have left. Slayer's coming in to finish the job. Fran's down to 1100 health. He's got to do something. Choosing to take an easy pick on some miners. All the dwarf has to do at this point is either just get a little bit more health off of Franz or finish off this Jade Wizard and Tattered Souls.
Whatever happens, this battle was actually pretty close, and there are bodies all over the field.
It's funny you say that because I disabled most of the bodies in name of frame rate and performance, but I'll take your word for it. Fran's landing on 3 Slayers here. Shouldn't be too hard of a matchup. Yeah, at this point there's basically no hope for the Empire player. Fran's not being able to heal himself to his
Chain
own
route.
cap, and Chain Route kicking in right here.
That was a pretty close game.
I think
I
close
thought.
game, good game regardless, but I think the advantage definitely came from the draft.
Yep, I would agree there. I think Dwarves drafted pretty well, a wide defensive build that's pretty resilient to Empire probing attacks and skirmishing elements, especially in artillery, outright outclassing them, and trading Thunderers into Outriders is no contest as well.
Indeed, those Outriders, they need flanking engagements, they need more cautious engagements. Every model loss is ammo lost, and the ammo is the winning condition for the Empire player. And of course, regrowth not being taken is a huge blunder. Great Swords were a very ambitious pick, but as we could see, the performance didn't necessarily carry them to victory.
Absolutely. Well, let's head in then to round 2.
Round 2, so the winning player, Grindhouse, would have taken the first pick here. It looks like he's at least hovering Skaven, and with Thelonebanana, the other player in the series, looks like he's picking his Lord plus his roster, so it sounds like they're locked in. Now, are you aware, is it Blue Reach, is this going to be the map?
Nope. We are going to be doing a different map. Let me pull up the list. We're going to be doing Carreg Drawn. All right, and just checking, we also already separated for round 2, right?
What do you mean?
Like we have 2 separate videos for each game.
Let
Like
me
one.
yeah, let me go ahead and restart this right here.